The young woman's laughter pierced the air, sharp, deliberate, and dripping with scorn. "Oh my God," she drawled, not bothering to lower her voice. "They really let the help wander into first class now?" Her manicured eyes swept over Evelyn Morgan, gray curls tucked beneath a wool hat, a simple coat buttoned to the top, brown skin weathered but dignified. She reclined back into seat 3A like royalty claiming a throne. Around them, the first-class cabin gleamed polished wood panels, leather seats, champagne flutes prepped. And yet, the space seemed to constrict under the weight of silent judgment. Evelyn's fingers tightened around her boarding pass. The paper crinkled, her knuckles paling. A flight attendant appeared beside her, smoothing his tie, his expression careful but skeptical. His gaze traveled over her thrifted clothes and sensible shoes. "Ma'am," he said, quiet but firm, "this area is reserved for premium ticket holders." His tone didn't shout, but it dismissed. Across the aisle, a man lowered his newspaper, exchanging a smirk with his wife. Someone coughed more to cover a chuckle than clear their throat. Evelyn said nothing. She simply extended the ticket, crisp, official, clear as daylight. "Seat 3A." But the young woman's smirk widened with mock amusement. "Cute," she whispered, flipping her designer purse into the empty seat. "Maybe next time save up a few." "More paychecks, Grandma." The flight attendant hesitated, doubt flickering across his face. Evelyn remained standing awkward, exposed, while the young woman nestled deeper into the seat that was not hers. In the cockpit, a soft alert pinned across the crew's internal system. A flagged name had quietly tripped a security notification, one that demanded immediate attention. The plane door sealed shut. Evelyn remained near the galley, stiff and silent. Her legs ached, but her pride bore the deeper wound. A passing attendant muttered under his breath, "Some people push their luck." Her hand drifted to her chest, brushing the pendant hidden beneath her coat. She pulled it out gently, an old silver crest, polished with care. It caught the cabin light just enough. The reaction was instant. The flight attendant's face drained of color. His eyes locked on the pendant, and everything about him shifted. Across the cabin, a woman leaned forward, recognition dawning. A man squinted, then whispered something urgently to his wife. Evelyn's fingers traced the familiar curves of the emblem. She remembered the day her husband handed it to her, years ago, decades before the world attached names and titles to their legacy. "It's not just metal," he'd said, pressing it into her palm. "It's your place at the table, no matter what." The memory faded as the cockpit door cracked open. Footsteps echoed, slow, heavy, purposeful. The pilot emerged, tall, uniform sharp, presence undeniable. His eyes swept the cabin, landed on Evelyn, then on the pendant resting over her chest. He stopped mid-step. The young woman, still slouched in C3A, didn't even look up, still scrolling, oblivious. "Is there a problem here?" the pilot asked, voice calm but laced with steel. The flight attendant straightened like he'd been caught in a lie. She doesn't have." The pilot raised a hand, silencing him. He turned fully to Evelyn, and to the astonishment of everyone, bowed his head with genuine respect. "Ms. Morgan," he said, his voice reverent, "welcome aboard. Your son sends his regards." Gasps scattered through the cabin like ripples in water. "Her son?" The young woman's head jerked up. Her eyes darted from the pendant to Evelyn's calm, unwavering face. The pilot turned to the attendants. "This woman is the mother of our airline's owner." And just like that, the silence was no longer Evelyn's burden. It belonged to the rest of them. The attendant's face went pale. The young woman's hand flew to her purse. She stammered, trying to sink into herself, to vanish. Evelyn stepped forward, composed. Her voice, when it came, was soft but uncheckable. "I didn't come here for revenge," she said. "Just a reminder." Class isn't stitched into fabric or flaunted with money. She placed the boarding pass gently on the armrest of C3A. The young woman stood, red-faced, stepping aside without a word. Evelyn sat down, her presence calm but commanding. The lesson lingered in the air, unspoken but undeniable. Sometimes, dignity whispers were arrogance shouts. And sometimes, the most powerful people in the room are the ones who don't need to prove it, because strength isn't loud, and respect isn't requested. It's earned. If you believe grace doesn't need permission to be powerful, hit subscribe. Share your story in the comments and tell us, when was the last time you had to stand your ground even when no one expected you to?